All right. Slocky, it's Satan, these things gotta happen. But yeah, you know, um, you know, brother, get on the comment board, Baba Kashad, just let me know if the volume is good, whatever. But going back to the word redeem, buy back. See, Yahawashi brought us back through his blood, ransom. All right, recover by purchase. Purchase us by what? His sacrifice. Again, his blood. He came down here not to be crowned king 2,000 years ago. He came down here to fulfill and not to destroy. So that way, when he come back the second time, okay, there has to be souls on the planet Earth to justify and to make sense of Yahweh's sacrifice. The sacrifice was that heavy of mercy that the Lord has to bestow on us, man. His sacrifice was so heavy, okay, that it had to, his blood had to be shed for the mercy that the Lord, Yahawashi, is getting ready to express, all right, on us, man. All right. Okay, because there is no man on earth, there is no Israelite in the nation of Israel who could or never would do what Yahawashi did. And again, to keep bringing it back full circle before I go into Philippians, the second chapter, is to taste death for every man and to come down here in the flesh and take on this body in this vessel, okay, and to flush, all right, what we could never do. It was all about Yahawashi. Even the whole covenant, it was all about Yahawashi, man. The Lord already knew we couldn't keep He already knew we couldn't keep 613 laws, but it was all written down for us for this time. Scripture say, "Greater is the ending of a thing. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning of it." Right. So the ending of us, okay, is how the Lord is getting ready to redeem us, man. Okay. That's the beauty of this walk. So we got to be more thankful that the Lord do not got us in another captivity. We understand all the captivities in the book of Daniel, the second chapter. We got to thank the Most High. We in the time of the 10 toes. There's no other captivity. You would hate to have to wake up under the Moabites, right? Robots and AI and 6G. Say they talking about 7, 8G. You around here eating a rat, Your diet is rat and cat and dog, man. Okay. All right, you getting monitored? Nah, bro. That's not what Daniel seen. He seen the end. All right, and we're living in that time, so we got to be more again. Speaking to myself, more grateful. Okay, that we are the prophets of Yahawashi. We got the past, the present, the future in our head. We understand the sacrifice of Yahawashi. So to hell with anybody else talking about, man. The Lord giving you this truth. He's giving you this opportunity. Do what you got to do, bro. Just stand in your lot as the elder beloved priest. The beloved elder priest, Mayim, told me, man, just step in your lot. Okay. So, just step in your lot. Don't worry about how you look. Don't worry about what people say, and it's easier said than done. But you got to understand, Yahawashi is the chief cornerstone, okay, of this third temple being built, man. And you heathens, ain't nobody got it. You just talking sideways, man. But to continue on this word, redeem, right? Buy back, ransom. Khan, shalom, the water. Shalom, Yahawashi, ate the water, brother. All right, it's locky, man. It dropped. I couldn't even get the precepts, man. It's called to all though. It's all through the spirit. Whoever it's for, it's for. It's for the elect, anyways. The elect gonna get it. But continue on. It says, but the water, bro. Because that's all we here for. Jake put comments. You talking, bro, just put the scriptures up. You know what I'm saying? If you diligent, and that's beautiful, bro. So the water. And may the Lord continue to have mercy on you, sincere brothers and you sisters out there, man. All right, so the word redeem, buy back, ransom, recover by purchase. Purchase us, why? By his blood. So going back to Revelation, the 5th chapter. Okay, which the brother had on there, I get it. All right, I'm going to get into G&T real quick. Hey, shalom. Yahawashi Shabbat. Hey, what's up, nephew? Yeah. All right, for sure. No problem. I'm live right now. So just call me. It's called no, it's call to all. Call to all, nephew. Just call me later, all right? We'll go live. All right, hey, may the Lord bless you. Yahawashi shalom. Okay. All right, so continuing on. All right, yeah, let me hold this on deck. All right, Salakia. Revelation 5, because that's why I'm bringing out this redeem. Like, sometimes, again, like I said, I'm doing this lesson because they look at the title or the prelude, the scroll of the Lamb. Sometimes, we get caught up in our own personal life. But, bro, Yahawashi sacrifice, bro. It's needful. So that's why, bro, reading Philippians 2 from the top of the GNT is so beautiful. Like, just understanding sacrifice, just like dealing with whatever I got to deal with, bro. I'm really doing this lesson for myself, bro. Just deal with whatever you got to deal with, bro. All this shit is trash. Yeah, we all know that. But you got to deal with it, bro. You can't run from it. You can't escape it. And Yahawashi already conquered it, and that's the beauty of it. So when the Lord put it on the elder apostle Gabar's spirit to say, no sacrifice can top it. It's just open up another door. Okay, all right, hey, shit, deal with it. All right, at the end of the day, the Lord flushed this realm. So, bro, this shit trash. Do what you got to do, bro. Finish. So, Revelation 5 and verse 9 in the GNT, they sing a new song. You are worthy to take the scroll, to see how shy, and to break open the seals. For you were killed, and by your sacrificial death, you see, you brought for the Most High people from every tribe, the elect, all right, ultimately the whole nation. But by his sacrifice, man, his death, all right, his blood went up to the Lord. People died, of course, the blood cried out to the Lord. People from every tribe, language, nation, and race. The race of the nation of Israel, the language, nation of Israel, tribes, 12 tribes. You have made them a kingdom of priests to serve our power, Yahweh, and they shall rule on earth. So it was so beautiful because the destruction that's coming. All right, there is no sacrifice. Goats, and like the elder apostle Gabar said, there is no goat that can top the sacrifice or the lamb that can top the sacrifice of Yahawashi. He is, bro, our reconciliation. Okay, and again, it's so beautiful. How can you bring back people to the Most High who he never dealt with? It's because in Amos, the 3rd chapter, you only have I known, for therefore will I punish you, O Israel. In Isaiah, the 40th chapter, which they brought out, all nations as a drop of a bucket, man. So, bro, stop, bro. You niggas out here, bro. That's the problem. Lord got Jake so bugged out, bro, that when we talk about you and what's coming for you, you on such of a deep, gross darkness, deep spell, deep sleep. When you hear that the salvation is coming, you don't believe it. So it's not for you, man. It's only for the elect. All right, to believe in the sacrifice of Yahawashi. All right, so going back to this word redeem, it says early 1500s, redeeming, buy back, ransom, recover by purchase. Okay, and we just went into the recover by purchase, the sacrificial death. Yahawashi actually had to come down here and die for the whole nation and taste death for every man. Also in theological sense, deliver from sin and spiritual death. From Old French, redeemer, buy back, and directly from Latin, redeemery, to redeem, buy back, from red, back, see emery, or emery, to take, buy, gain, procure. All right. So yeah, jump down a little bit. It says the general sense of rescue, deliver, save. So nobody's saved, bro, until Yahawashi, all right, manifest, okay, and call up his elect. Let me get that real quick in Isaiah. All right. But these souls, some of them, majority, a lot of them is here. That's why it's going to be a greater deliverance. But it's all predestination, man. So we got to thank the Lord for not selling out. We got to thank the Lord for, the thorn in the flesh. We got to thank the Lord for this, the humbling process, because it keeps you crying out to him, man. The Lord give you what you want. It's going to say, give me food give me food convenient for me. Give me too much, I'm going to deny you. And that's real, bro. That's just a flesh. Ain't no, bro, you're going to get rich. You just rich and then you just going to keep the Lord. Nah, it's no balance. You get rich and then you still got the Lord. Nah. Or you poor and then you deny the Lord. Nah. Bro, the Lord has given each and every one of us daily bread to make it day by day. You know? And a thorn in the flesh to keep us humble. Certain afflictions, certain things we go through. You know? It's to keep us in the state needing for Yahawashi. Scripture say he came not for the whole, but for them that need a physician. So we need that new body, bro. We need salvation. We need Yahawashi. So he's keeping us in that spirit. That was his sacrifice for it. So now the angels is over us. Angels is watching us. You know what I'm saying? Ministering to us, you know, getting the necessary calling, you know, to come down. And then we sending up prayers to Yahawashi. Yahawashi collecting every brother's prayer, his woman prayer, children prayers, you know. But Isaiah 26 and verse 20, it says, go into your houses, my people, and shut the door behind you. And this is speaking about the chariots, man, the so-called UFOs, so-called UAPs, all right, the so-called flying objects, right? Okay, that people just don't, you know, scared of and bugged out, you know, just losing their mind every time they see you got to pull out the phone and record. Yeah, we do, but we know who they are. We know what it is. You know, we're not afraid of it. We're actually waiting on them to swing a little lower. And, you know, instead of just passing over, come get me, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the mentality we got. I was gonna say, when these things come to pass that's happening on the planet Earth today, which is only gonna increase, pursuant to Luke 21, perplexity, distress, anguish on the planet Earth. When these things come to pass, lift up your head for your redemption draw. Nah, again, we're going into the word redeem. All right, so this is the time where the Lord is getting ready to save us from ourselves, get us out of these bodies, this flesh, you know. All right, this the decaying state. Okay, this where nobody respects the so-called black man, bro. You've been lied to. Here it is. People have taken on your nationality, okay, your culture, your heritage, lying. All right, underground tunnels. Watching the beloved elder Jim Meshiwan. All right, it's like, bro, you know, no investigation happening. They just skating their way through. Nah, bro. You know? So it's over, bro. The gig is up. The lie is up. Okay, yeah, y'all laughing with suit and ties, but you know you through. All y'all know you through, bro. Okay? This is just to comfort the elect, man. All right? Continuing on, it says, and shut the door behind you. That's the chariots. That's us getting beamed up. Hide yourselves for a little while until Yahweh's anger is over. That's right. So the anger of the Lord is what? Them thermonuclear missiles. Okay. All right. Because whoever the Lord did not predestine in these last days for salvation, he ultimately predestined for destruction. So let's go back to Philippians. And I'm going to close it out. You know, I don't want to make this too long or dragged out, you know. Philippians chapter 2 in verse 1. And you see it at the top. The prelude says Mashiach's humility and greatness. So we got to ultimately remember these things. All right, because we are many, you know what I'm saying? M-I-N-I, you know, Mashiach, Yim, you know. So we're coming in that state of discipleship, okay, the followers of Yahawashi 2,000 years ago, okay, because there is nothing new under the sun. So just like we got the wicked, all right, incarnated back today, back in the flesh, well, you got the righteous souls who believed in the Lord. It's just so much in these last days. There's going to be a deliverance that's going to top the deliverance that the Lord did in the Gulf of Suez. And there's going to be a destruction that's going to top the destruction that the Lord did in Sodom and Egypt. Okay. And what he did in the Tower of Babel, you know, the Lord just getting ready to outdo himself, man. You know what I'm saying? And all praises, glory, and honor to Yahawashi for the understanding of the mercy that's granted upon allotted souls in these last days from the blood of Yahawashi and the significance of his sacrifice. Okay? This is Philippians 2 and verse 1. Your life in Mashiach makes you strong, and his love comforts you. Yeah, that love is the understanding. All right? This could say be of a good cheer. You know, that cheer is not a, you know, you walk around and you just happy all the time. Nah, it's a mentality. Okay, it's a fortitude. Okay, it's an understanding that, yeah, you're going to suffer in the world, but in the spirit, I'm coming. I already done did all this. Okay? So don't worry about what they talking about, what he think he gonna do. Nah, matter of fact, I'm gonna double up on you, give you an understanding. Okay? All right? And all you got to do is just wait, do the work, have patience. Okay? In your patience, possess your soul, do the work. You know what I'm saying? Occupy till I come. All right? To the best, fight the good fight of faith. Okay? So we down here to keep fighting, bro. Keep hope alive, literally. All right? Here it is, you got headaches, you know what I'm saying? Bodily, you know what I'm saying? Just all type of stuff we dealing with. But so what? We warriors. Okay? And when we get put in those situations for the true men of the Lord, it does nothing more than bring out our true spirit. So that's why the Lord be putting it on us like that. All right. Hey, it's gonna say I've chosen you out of a furnace of affliction. All right. So we out here trying to look for some certain comfort. Yeah, the Lord gave brother certain women, You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, nobody can comfort us like Yahawashi has comforted our spirit. It's gonna say comfort one another with these words. The words of what? Salvation. Nobody can save us, bro. Okay, but Yahawashi. All right. And the humility always kicks in by understanding his sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? You gotta walk with your head down. You gotta move a certain way when you understand the sacrificial death of Mashiach, the King of Kings, man, the only begotten of the Most High. All right. It says, you have fellowship with the Spirit. See? So we got fellowship with the Spirit, man. Okay. It says, and you have kindness and compassion for one another. And this is all what's happening today. The fellowship we do. You know what I'm saying? It's the Spirit. As soon as you link up with a brother, here it is, you probably sick or going through something, or you mad at the world, and you link up with the brothers for class, and you just completely, it get erased. You know what I'm saying? You get recharged. It's the Spirit. The Lord is there. All right, to comfort us, man. And you have kindness and compassion for one another. So the sacrifice, the compassion, we have pure love in the midst of a world that's waxing of love, man. Pure love, pure genuineness, sincerity, honesty, integrity. You know what I'm saying? Loyalty, righteousness, These traits are traits of the elect, which are in us, man. You can't go to school and get that. And no matter what school the Lord had to put that inside of you, man. And there was a time when it was going to come out for the edifying of the body. All right. It says, verse 2, I urge you then to make me completely happy by having the same thoughts, sharing the same love, which is what? All right, the sacrifice. The same thoughts that we have is what? Seeing Babylon the Great be ultimately obliterated, Jacob's trouble, niggas to get their mouth closed by death and destruction. Come on, what's been on the elder spirit lately? The Isaiah 4:1, but how's that going to come? By the death and destruction, Okay, because we only going up from there. But so in the second Ezra, the second chapter, you know what I'm saying? And brothers just really want mercy on them, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make it. I don't know all you people around me, really, honestly. But the Lord, putting us in that position. You know what I'm saying? Because there's getting ready to be an event that's going to change the way people are conducting and living on the planet Earth. There's coming a major event that's going to change the way that people are conducting themselves on the planet Earth. Everybody. Which is Jacob's trouble. All right? So it says, in being one in soul and mind, don't do anything from selfish ambition or from a cheap desire to boast. Right. And this is what ultimately get pushed out, in the body. Because one thing about the body of Yahawashi is the understanding that Yahawashi is to be boasted. All right. Is to be uplifted. And for you to understand the significance of his sacrifice, man. Less of you, should say he must increase. right? So selfish ambitions, it get eradicated, it get destroyed, it get removed. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about us. And the time we getting, oh man, the water, bro, that was the water Yahawashi. All right? This is just the Lord's program, man. Okay? We in the time of the Lord. Scripture say, blessed is the meek. We in the time of the meek being lifted up, man. Scripture say the just shall put it on. Put what on? Put on the kingdom. Take on the kingdom, man. Take on all the benefits. But the Lord is dealing with humility. Okay? So continue on, it says, always considering others better than yourselves. That's right. That's a godly trait, to always consider somebody. And again, this is Yahawashi. All right. And the journey and the mission of Elder Apostle Paul. You know, and then what brothers is doing today, always considering. This truth is about putting, hey, the scriptures say the greatest among you shall be the servant, man. The greatest among you. You know, so this thing ain't about being, you know, top dog, we talking about the top dog, bro. We serving the king, man. All of us. But there's respect and there's order. There's ranking, you know, and there's just leadership, bro. It's just respect. Do you love Yahawashi like you say you love him? But then you'll see that same love in what the Lord has set up in each camp around the world, man. Chiefly here in Babylon the Great. Okay? It says, don't do anything from selfish ambition or from a cheap desire to boast. Yeah, because it only lasts for a little minute. Oh, you is not, we ain't him, bro. All right. Nobody in Israel. Okay. John didn't see you next to Yahawashi when Yahawashi was getting the ceremony, bro. You was not there, bro. I was not there. Okay. Yeah, Yahawashi is him, man. And it's getting ready to be made. And we know that already. So we got to keep these things on the forefront of our brain. We got to keep these things as our confidence. Okay, that we can do this because greater is he that is in thee. We can do this, bro. Yahawashi did the hard part. Okay, so he told us to love each other. All right, let go of self-ambition. Scriptures say put off the superfluity and naughtiness. You know, scriptures speak about what? Being more of a giver. All right. Sacrificing, man. People gotta, you know, a lot of people on the earth, you know, you come to find out, you know, as you grow older, is a lot of people are selfish. Well, that's why the Lord ain't dealing with you. That's why a lot of people is homeless. That's why a lot of people through. Because they just giving into themselves. Okay? But we the elect, Lord willing, we are the hopeful elect. It ain't about self, man. It's about selflessness, man. Being selfless, because that's what Yahawashi's sacrifice was full of. He was so selfless that he gave his life for the whole nation. Nobody in Israel can do that. Purely, you know, and conquer death. It's gonna say, oh, death, where's thy sting? And the Most High raised him up. Now he at the right hand. Ain't nobody next to the most Yahawashi, like you, third in command. You know what I'm saying? You was not third in command, bro. You know, so we need Yahweh while Yahawashi. Okay, so you got to drop all the pride, man. And that's the only way you're going to increase. Yeah, you might be wanting to speak or bring out of something. And I'm just speaking through the spirit. The Lord don't want it to come out and do a lesson on it. That don't mean you get mad and, man, his brother. Nah, it's all about humility. How you think Yahawashi was on his disciples? Bro, and then look at the Most High. You think the Most High is a hard father, man. Most High here moving nations. You see what happened to us? But like Elder Apostle Gabar said, he loved Jake, man. You know what I'm saying? So he told him, he said, get out of my house, you know, house via Israel. But, hey, man, you know, this could say in Jeremiah, shall a man return unto that land that's very polluted? You know, no man can do that. That's the spirit of the Lord. It said what? The Lord said, yet I say unto thee, return unto me. All right. So the Lord got the unconditional love, bro. Okay? So all we got to do is be obedient, bro. That's it. Okay? It says, verse 3, don't do anything. Don't do anything. Slocky, I'm a lot of bit excited. You know what I'm saying? I'm a lot of bit excited. You know, that's what we do. Don't do anything from selfish ambition or from a cheap desire to boast, but be humble toward one another, right? So always considering others better than yourself. That's how you gain. That's how you grow. That's how Yahawashi taught us, man. Okay. All right. What did he tell Apostle Peter? Lovest thou me? Yeah, I love you, Lord. You know all men. Feed the flock, which is meaning what? A sacrifice. What was King David doing? Okay. He was tending to the flock. You know, the Lord is watching all that, man. He sees all that, man. You know? Okay? He ain't dealing with all that mighty tough, oh, I'm him spirit, bro. No, bro. Scripture say Jeremiah, you know, let him that glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me. You know? So continue on, verse 4, it says, and look out for one another's interests, not just for your own, which is what? A sacrifice. So Yahawashi looked out for our interests, the 144,000. He looked out for the interests of your women, the interests of your children, the interests of the 1/3. He put himself, he put himself last, man, and considered his whole nation. You know, nobody can do that, man. It was like, yeah, you know, I got to do this. I got to go down there and do this, bro. Because if he didn't do that, everybody here is through. You either going to get taken out by the four plagues, or the missile's going to get you. And Yahawashi is not coming back to get you. That's the only way out of here. Yahawashi got to come get us, bro. So just thinking about that, it should appease, you know, the hell that, you know, you catch. And like I said, I'm doing this video personally for myself, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I was thinking about it. Like, man, this, you know, I'm tired, bro. I'm tired of this, you know. But then I'm thinking about listening to the elders' lesson. And I'm thinking about Yahawashi's sacrifice. And when he said no sacrifice can top it, it was like, yeah, that's it. That's it. So it just drove me to do this lesson. You know? Nobody can top Yahawashi's sacrifice. And it's something to live and it's something to die for. It's something to gain. Okay? Because you can't lose. Yahawashi already conquered this realm. So let these niggas talk they shit about the robots and AI and all this crazy. Niggas talking crazy, dog. Third temple this and blah, 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 woo, woo, woo. Man, nigga, bro, shut up, bro. You niggas is weird. But you know what? We got to live out these things, all right? So continuing on, it says, but be humble toward one another, always considering others better than yourselves, and look out for one another's interests, what Yahawashi did, not just for your own. The attitude you should have is that it's the one that Mashiach Yahawashi had. See, that's the attitude we got to have in this walk. The attitude of Yahawashi. And the elder priest, Ashi brings it out a lot, you know, from time to time. What would Yahawashi do, you know? What would Yahawashi do, you know? Sacrifice, bro. Yahawashi would stay humble because he understand he got power from upstairs. He understood who he was. But he knew what he had to do. He had to complete the mission. All right? That's why when he came back, he didn't deal with women. He chose purpose over pleasure, man. He came to finish. That's why when he died, what did Yahawashi say? It is finished. All right? Verse 6, he always had the nature of the Most High. And that's that compassion, that loving, you know. Yahawashi had that glorious compassion that the Most High had. Because the Most High is not going to come down in the flesh. So he sent Yahawashi, full of his spirit. And look at how they treated Yahawashi. But we believed in him, man. That's why we believe in him till today. 2,000 years later, we still believing in Yahawashi. 2,000 years later, We out here done rearranged our whole life, done left your first love and all that. Done shaped your whole life around belief. Catching all type of hell for Yahawashi. Come on, bro. Still light. Why? Because we knew that Yahawashi had that godly compassion. We knew that he was the Most High Son. It says he always had the nature of the Most High. Let me get this word nature real quick. He had the nature of Yahweh, man. Come on, bro. It's time to, it's been that time. It's always been that time to magnify and uplift Yahawashi, man. Nature, 1300s. Restorative powers of the body, bodily processes, powers of growth. All right. It says of old French, nature being principle of life. His principle of life, his whole conduct was godly, character, essence, his aura, everything about Yahawashi was of the Father. Okay? His essence, course of things, natural character, constitution, quality, the universe, literally birth, born. All right? To be born. From Paru, gene, give birth, begot. See, he was the only begotten. So his nature and how he was made up, his qualities, everything about him, it was from the Most High, which is what separate, his essence, everything. It just separated him, okay, from every Israelite man out of the billions of spirits the Lord created. Yahawashi had the essence of Yahweh, man, the qualities of Yahweh. So it says he always had the nature of Yahweh, but he did not think that by force, he should try to remain equal with the Most High Yahweh. Instead of this, of his own free will, he gave up all he had and took the nature of a servant. So that's, again, we doing that same thing in order. Yahawashi is the number one. Yahawashi has his own category. It's the Most High Yahweh, Yahawashi, and then you got the rest of the 144,000. There is no category with Yahawashi. There is no comparison to Yahawashi, man. And it will never be, ever, forever, until eternity. All right? Until everlasting life. Forever, there will never be a category to match Yahawashi. All right? Nor a sacrifice to top what he did. And you niggas out here and you other nations don't got a king that did that. Buddha didn't do that. Allah did not do that for you niggas, man. Allah did not come down here and die for all you niggas out there, bro. Okay, Buddha did not come down here and die for all you niggas, dog. That's trash. And it's a cap. Okay? And Esau Edom knows that. That's why he go to all y'all gods. Bugging out behind the scenes. Got you watching ass shake and social media. And he over here sacrificing somebody's daughter. You wonder where your daughter at. She getting her shit clipped in. They sipping on a cup of blood. You think that's some yayan. Nah, bro, these niggas is drunk off of blood. Niggas drunk off the Israelite blood, man. They know who we are. But it's gonna come a time, but the Lord gonna give us that power bust a rap for you, bro. But yeah. It says, verse 7, instead of this, of his own free will, he gave up all he had. And that's what we got to do. Again, I'm bringing this out because this is the same mentality that you have to have in this walk. As the verse above, verse 5, it says the attitude you should have is the one that Yahawashi had. You see? So this is the mind frame of a sincere believer. The spirit of the Lord is resting on this type of person. You know what I'm saying? Because he gonna do and be and act and feel and walk just like Yahawashi did. Okay? So instead of this, of his own free will, he gave up all he had and took the nature of a servant. So you're going to be more of a servant than to boast. It says he became like a human being, Jude 1. All right. We came down here in the flesh. We did what the angels cannot do and will never do because it's not in their program. It's not the script. Okay. And let's put on this flesh and appeared in human likeness. That's why you're not from here, bro. You see? You're not a regular dude, bro. You're not a regular man. So you got to stop beating yourself up like you just a regular person or why am I catching all that? You're catching all this hell because the spirit of Yahawashi is resting on you, man. You got to catch this hell. You got to go through this. All right. So that you don't got to partake in the hell to come. Okay. It says, and appeared in human likeness. Verse 8. He was humble and walked the path of obedience all the way to death, man. Yahawashi, and this is what we got to do. This is what I'm doing this lesson. He was humble and walked the path, bro. We got to walk this path of obedience, bro, all the way to death, even if you got to die for this truth, because we understand it's the life. All right. His death on the cross, verse 9, for this reason, the Most High raised him to the highest place above. So what you think will happen to us? That's why I was going to say, whether we live for the Lord. Whether we die, it's the game. You can't lose. All you got to do is just wait till Yahawashi pull up, man. Fuck with Yuval. What is his nigga name? Yuval Harari. This nigga, he trash. His whole family going, all them niggas going into captivity. Him, Carl Schwab, who stepped down, all them niggas is trash. The whole WEF going into captivity, bro. Okay? Jeremiah 30 and 16, man. Them niggas is everybody trash. Okay? All these nations going slapping in captivity, bro. Why? How can he say Revelation the 2nd chapter? Yahawashi gonna make sure he flush everybody shit in, bro. That's all we need to be meditating on. Not what you gonna do. Not what I'm gonna, you ain't gonna, nah. What Yahawashi gonna do? What he already did. All right? No. This place, everything about this place is trash. Yahawashi already conquered this, man. Niggas out here with suits and ties and bald heads talking shit. Like, nigga, your ass from the, nigga, you, stop playing, bro. Nigga, you bugged out. Then when you get off the stage, you go, y'all scared as hell, bro. All right? Wait till Yahawashi pull up, bro. All that talking like y'all somebody, bro. Yahawashi pull up, that's your ass, nigga. Philippians chapter 2, all right, in verse 10, verse 9. And you know you can't fuck with Yahawashi. That's why you're going to come for us. And that's in Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter. We already know, but it's certain man out here. You just going to do what you got to do. You're going to touch the right, brother, not the wrong, brother. All right. All right. And it's going to say, touch not my anointed. You got brothers out here who are sent down here to receive power, bro. Only. That's it. Walk this path, and Yahawashi is going to raise him up to be a standard. Your ass out here playing around, talking about the God of the Bible is dead and this, and AI going to take over, and AI can think for itself. And man, bro, shut up, bro. No? Nigga, a whole so-called Israeli, but the nigga don't even believe in the God of the Bible, the God of the Hebrews. How you a Hebrew and you don't believe in the God of the Hebrews? Bro, shut your ass up, nigga. But yeah, Salakia. Stay on topic, man. Salakia. Philippians 2, in verse 9. For this reason, the Most High raised him to the highest place above and gave him the name that is greater than any other name. Right? Yahawashi name has ranked any other name. See that? So again, we out here trying to, y'all out here, oh, LeBron, King James, the GOAT. Everybody, Polo G, the GOAT. This the GOAT. That's the GOAT. No, bro, they is not the GOAT. Them niggas is trash. Them niggas is faggots. All right? Niggas done sold out, bent over, ate shit, drunk piss, drunk blood, did all type of nasty shit, man. He is not the GOAT. That nigga is trash. Okay? And his name is not written in the book of life on top of that. Fuck. And it reads, see Yahawashi, man, greater than any other name. And so in honor of the name of Yahawashi, all beings in heaven, see that? Nobody got that type of rank, that type of honor, that type of respect, that type of power, that type of authority. All beings in heaven, on earth, and in the world below will fall on their knees, and all will openly proclaim that Yahawashi Mashiach is Lord, to the glory of the Most High the Father. Okay? So yeah, bro. Just keep that locked in, you know. Yahawashi he is. All right? Bring this out, 2 Timothy 2 and 3 in the water. And Yahawashi. All right, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahawashi Mashiach. So that's why I'm bringing this out. You got to have this mentality. You got to put away your lustful desires and things that you thought, whoever you thought you was, to the side and sacrifice your life and your time. Scripture say, present your body as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto the Lord, which is your reasonable service. Don't you got to do service like every day? It's a daily servitude. Yeah, you know, we fall short. We ain't Yahawashi, but it's the fight that Yahawashi see. Okay? Because it's something that you know that the scriptures say that's going to happen. And that's he coming like a thief in the night. And your ass want to be on point. I'm speaking to myself. I want to be on point, bro. I want to know. I want to be on point. I want to be on point when Yahawashi pull up. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we putting out there, man. You got to be on point when Yahawashi pull up, bro. He ain't finna hand out. Scripture say the slain of the Lord shall be many. He ain't handing out. Oh, it's okay, man. Honest. You getting your shit zapped or beamed up. That's it. That's the only two options. You either getting beamed up or getting zapped. All right. Jake out here playing, bro. Verse 4. No man at war entangle himself with the affairs of this life. Yeah. So we at war. We're not entangling ourselves with the affairs. So don't get caught up in that BM drama. Don't get caught up in all that shit, man. And yeah, it's a fight, but you know, the Lord has given us our daily fight. You know what I'm saying? Stuff, you know, our decisions we done made in our life. Well, we gotta, you know, everything that we're going through, bro, you did it. So you're predestined for the punishment. So just accept it, you know, deal with your punishment, you know what I'm saying? And just be thankful that, be thankful that the Lord have mercy on you. Have patience, you know? Because ultimately, understanding the sacrifice of Yahawashi, he covered it all. So we just got to deal with it, bro. All right? That's why I said, therefore, endure hardness. Endure hardness, bro. This is what people can't do. People run. You know, people don't have survival instincts. That's why people crash out. That's why people lash out. That's why they lose it, literally. They just forget because they don't have the Lord there to sustain them from crashing out. The Lord got to be on your mind to not take the RFID, the CHIP, the MOTB, man. You see? If he's not on your mind, you're going to lose it, bro. So, brothers, I'm speaking to myself, bro. Just thank the Lord, bro. You know, that the Lord is giving you his mind frame and he putting you through this hell. All right? Whatever condition you're going through, body ailments you lacking here, don't worry about it. Just keep doing his work. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. It's a day coming, bro. I really believe, bro. It's a day coming, bro. As the scriptures say. I'm telling you what the scriptures say. Isaiah 40. Those that wait upon the Lord, when that strength, when the powers come and you get renewed, you're going to forget about all the hell you catch. All the hell you caught. You see? The Lord is getting ready to renew us out here, man. It's getting ready to be a whole righteous glitch. Righteous sleeper cells. All right? The house of David. Scripture say the least among them shall be as David in that day, man. So this is all got to do with the sacrifice of Yahawashi. If it wasn't for Yahawashi's sacrifice, ain't no such thing as you getting spiritual power, man. But because of his blood, his sacrifice, he said we're going to do greater. And every second of Yahawashi was great. Every second of his life was magnificent. There was not a dull moment of Yahawashi's life. So for him to say that we're going to do greater, you got to be special. You got to be predestined. You got to be chosen. You got to be faithful, loyal. You got to endure, you know, and you got to understand his sacrifice and his position in life. All right. But continuing on, 2 Timothy 2 and verse 4, and I'll close out on this. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 4. No man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of his life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier. See, so we were chosen for this. This was all. You were chosen before you. Hold on. I see 144. But call all y'all boss and y'all shy. I said I was going to close on this Salaki, man. Because this just became like one of my favorite scriptures, like in the GNT. Jeremiah 1 and verse 5. All right. Jeremiah 1 and verse 5 in the GNT. Start verse 4. The Lord Yahweh said to me, I chose you before I gave you life. So we were chosen to come down here. And now it's time to accept it. We in the last days. All right. You is not a nigga. The Lord ain't drafted you or drifted you off to these weak ass camps. Okay, niggas do not believe in the Lord. Don't call on his Lord on his name. Despising the name, talking down on the name, talking down on the elders and apostles, great millstone. All right, nah, bro. I chose you before I gave you life, so you was already chosen before the Lord even gave you, before you took your first breath. Your first, cry, all that, bro. You had a whole life. The Lord already chose you upstairs. You're gonna come down here in this time. You know what I'm saying? Mom, pop's getting busy, but the Lord sending you. All them, none of them made it. It was you that made it. All right, through that egg, if you will, man. All right. So, brothers, we here for what 50 Cent say? I'm here for a real reason. All right. So it's just time to just tap in, man. Stay locked in, bro. Just stay tapped into your lot, bro. We the prophets, bro. So, nigga got a problem with it. Hey, that's on you and the Lord, man. Hopefully you repent. That's it. You got a problem with us being the prophets of Yahawashi? Hey, take it up with the Lord. All right. At the end of the day, Yahawashi and his sacrifice can never be topped. He's on his way. All these chariot sightings is going to be a time where he's going to cover the cover the sky. Esau, Edom is through. It's time for the elect to win, and it's time for the Lord to have mercy on the elect. Jacob's trouble is on the uprising, and it's only going to get worse for everybody who do not believe. So Lord willing, edify unto the elect. All right, want to give all praises, honor, and infinite glory to the King of the universe. Hey, the water, Yahawashi, Yahawashi. It's the water, for you too, bro. Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Baha Shem, Rakakadash, Brakatham. Double honors to the head apostles and the elders, great millstone, who taught us this truth and do it well. Peace, love, and salutations to the Zakoni Wa'akim. Keep fighting, stay strong, keep believing.